Way we have FienD versus Taskmaster already in the game. That's how prepared we are. And here we go. So Mega by FienD, a good start. LG as well. I feel much more awake now. I feel alive. So FienD going to be able to pick up this this yellow armor quite easily. So this is more a question of the next red armor for FienD. He's thinking two things. He's thinking, I need to get position on red. I need to also figure out where my opponent is. There's one answer. There's the opponent, and he's got better positioning too. And look at this brilliant fight. FienD, good stuff there. He's a bit low though. And Taskmaster, both had equal health. And a fun little fact actually, Tim Willits gave me a mouse, and I gave it to FienD. So I hope he's using that mouse. And FienD right now is under a lot of pressure from Taskmaster as the shotgun comes out for FienD, but oh my god, is he going to keep chasing down? Okay, absolutely not. Taskmaster will get away. Yellow armor picked up as well, and this is going to allow him to effectively challenge this red. The thing is though, is he's a bit too slow, and that's going to allow FienD to get himself back in the game quite handily. So I actually want to switch over to FienD. He's only slightly ahead on stack. Only slightly. Nothing too major, and that rail really helps. He doesn't need to do more damage here. He really needs to make sure that red he's got a good position for red, and if he can do that and stop FienD as he dives on it, then that'd be great. But I don't know, this is pretty good. This is, I don't know, it's okay, but I think I would like different positioning from Taskmaster there. But nevertheless, we have a situation now where FienD is definitely more stacked, and Taskmaster gets a great opening engagement. And Taskmaster was so weak. It was quite surprising actually how weak he was in that fight. Next, red going to FienD, of course. Rightfully picking that over the Mega. The Mega can stay up. It's much riskier to take, much harder to take, and people have to think twice about doing so. Good damage from FienD opening up. Taskmaster with a great response though, and with 8 health, he is managing to survive this. I'm surprised he didn't go straight for Mega. It's still up on the spot, and yeah, why no Mega? I don't know. I just don't know. But anyway, some damage coming in there, and this is now not safe to take Mega, but he's going to go for it. Taskmaster now with the shards coming around the corner. Problematic situation, however, as he finds himself now with no armor, only angles. His only friends are the angles for which he can deal damage and for which he can use to escape damage, but he has no armor to his name. In a very critical position. Again, I would like to switch to FienD here. Good defensive damage there. You can see exactly the kind of work that Taskmaster's been putting in there, and some good LG coming in from FienD to further push away Taskmaster, allowing him to take that Mega. And now, as he makes his attack onto the yellow, a great prediction from Taskmaster has yielded great damage, and if only he was able to hit that rail, it would have been a frag as well. So Taskmaster definitely doing good things, but FienD as well. These two seem actually quite even so far. And FienD gonna make the drop back to that rocket launcher, and red and Mega both spawning very soon. It's all about the read and what your opponent's gonna go for. Of course, red is a much bigger priority. He's gonna go for the Mega though, and that's a really interesting read, because Taskmaster actually was making a play there. But the thing is that even if he was to make the play there, you can take red and then catch him thinking that Mega's safe, jumping for the Mega. So that's like one of the things you can do. The Mega is so risky, and red can get from red to Mega quite quickly. So it's a huge consideration. FienD still playing it pretty slow. Every time he tries to go for damage, the exchanges are pretty close, pretty well done by Taskmaster, and in this case he even gets the frag. So perhaps being in some false sense of security there and taking that fight. Taskmaster coming out on top. Shards also taking it. So Taskmaster now is in a position where he's looking at another frag. He doesn't have to go up the jump pad. And in fact, by doing so, he kind of let FienD out of there. And he still has cells on his lightning gun, so I'm surprised at the weapon selection as well. considering how low FienD really was. And FienD goes for the red armor, but I don't know about this. I mean, if Taskmaster hits his rockets, he does die there. He can get Taskmaster quite low, but everything is spawning. So, I don't know, it's an interesting one. And there is the Mega picked up by FienD as a Taskmaster tries desperately to defend, but he finds himself completely out of position there. Probably would have liked to go for the 50 instead. FienD with a good escape there from that red armor, and that's going to allow him to even get himself onto the yellow, but it depends very much if Taskmaster is willing to pressure the yellow. I mean, Taskmaster did take the green that was close by. FienD could even hear that, but that is the limit of his movement in that area. So again, FienD allowed, it seems, to stack up quite freely. Not a lot of pressure coming in from Taskmaster, despite the fact that he does have the lead right now, and he doesn't have a terrible stack, and that's a lot of damage. FienD, great job there with the lightning gun. And this should allow him to go a little bit more aggressive, and there it is, he tries to make it happen. And he could catch Taskmaster here completely off, and oh, a little bit too premature. A little bit too premature there. If he had waited a couple seconds more, he could really have caught Taskmaster staring at the Mega with that rail out, and then boom, dead. But here he goes, he's going to maybe get a frag on the red instead, and there it is, he does get that, pushing it to a 2-frag game. This should very well be best of 1. So it's all on this Cure game, and what a close Cure game it is so far. Taskmaster here, finding FienD again, but not in the terms that he would wish, as FienD manages to put himself 1 frag closer to tying up the match. Taskmaster goes for the aggression, and the thing is that FienD is in, I mean, the big items are quite far away, so Taskmaster can't really lock FienD into that Mega position, and if he takes damage there, wow, he actually massively outdamaged FienD there, allowing himself to come out very, very ahead, which I was not expecting at all, and he even gets another frag off of that as well, even though he survived with 5 health. So, very hard to read here, a lot of really close situations, and Taskmaster will escape. We have the Mega spawning in 2 seconds, and there we go. Taskmaster now calling the shots, he's the big man, the big shot. The guy that everyone wants to know on Cure. He picks up another red. FienD could try to attack into this, but it's not advisable. 3 frags in the lead, 2 minutes to go. How is FienD going to find his way back here? I really don't know. It's quite possible that he could try an ambush Taskmaster, or wait for a mistake of some kind, positionally, and try to capitalize there, whether it be through the Mega or through the red. Getting a rocket or 2 for free, that's going to be a way to do it. Diving on an item like that is not going to work out so well if you don't have the stack to do it, or the exact time. Diving on items can sometimes be really good, but you have to really factor in what's spawning soon, like what your options are going to be like when you're off of the death. So let's say you steal away the red, and then he would spawn, and he can take a yellow in shards or Mega or something like that. Then it can be okay. Because you've evened up the stack quite a lot by denying and then instantly spawning something. Or there's situations where it's like, okay, I'm going to dive on this this item and steal it away, and I'm in a position where I have a lot of time left in the game as well to give me more options later on. And this is not, he has no time. There is no time for FienD at all. His plays have to be decisive, and they have to be, he has to basically put all of his eggs in one basket. That's where he's at. And Taskmaster is defending quite well so far at every attempt that FienD is trying to make. And everything FienD is trying to do is without armor, and he calls the GG. And Taskmaster will win this one. And good games called by both players. I'm just going to disconnect there. So, yeah. Taskmaster winning that one, going to go through. I think the biggest name we have playing today is Rafa, actually, if you guys did not get a chance to check out the brackets or anything just yet. Rafa is the big dog today, and it's quite likely, I think, from looking at the brackets, that we could have a Rafa apparition kind of deal for the final, because we don't have the hang chance or 0-4 if I'm not mistaken. So that means that Apparition could get another shot at the limelight, another shot at one of the big players, big names, maybe even take a map off Rafa. I don't know if that's, to be honest, I would be, Rafa's like one of the most consistent players, so I would be very, very shocked to see that, but who knows. Anyways, we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have another game set up for you guys, so stay tuned.